You mean you love drama and you've not heard about this young famous African show? It's actually a reality TV show where young media stars work, flirt, and even feud in Johannesburg, a city in South Africa. So we have they released the season 1, season 2, and this is the season 3 that they just released recently. And also it's available on the Netflix or on Showmax. That's the two. That's where I'm sure for now. But you can always check it out in other apps. So this show contains so much characters. Like, you know, whenever we have gatherings, you always see different characters of people, because obviously I don't believe everyone should be the same. People have their own DNA, people have different thumbprints. So the same way they have all those things are the same way they have different characters, and now they react to things. So now in this show we have the likes of Swanky, you know, our famous Swanky, the fashion god. We have Iniedo, our movie producer and also our actress. We have Zari. Zari is from South Africa, and she is a musician, a businesswoman, and also an actress. And we have Annie Dibia, you know, Two-Face wife, our model, our actress. We have our Diamond Platoon, a Tanzanian musician. We have other interesting characters that you might always want to look out for in the show. Let's look at some of the characters. You know, we had some interesting characters that people were really talking about, those ones that people were dragging online. Yeah, that's the ones we are going to talk about today. So let's start with Annie, because I think she has been trending on all social media. People were like, let's evict Annie, let's evict Annie. No, Annie is going nowhere, because Annie is the show. People think Annie is timid. Annie doesn't like facing. If she would stir up a fight, she will always walk out of a fight. I don't see that. All I see is a show. Because tell me, okay, they're always bullying her unnecessarily. Because tell me what she did wrong in the first scene. That was during Zari's wedding, where she was like, this Zari's husband is young. I mean, it's a normal thing. It's a normal comment for everyone. Like, there's no way you go for a wedding, you see somebody's husband that obviously is younger than this person. Everyone has seen it, that the guy was young. So she's saying it. How was that a bad thing? So people were like, it was uncalled for to say it in the wedding. Where is she supposed to say it? Behind her back? Only for Zari to bring it up in one of their events and was like, what did you say about my husband? What did you say about my husband? She now said, I said your husband is young. Or am I supposed to say your husband is old? She now said, Annie, we know that you don't like people talking about your family. You don't like people talking about this. That reaction was, to me, very, very uncalled for, because Annie was actually saying the truth and nothing but the truth. If you look at her husband, it's obvious that the person is young, and it's said in and everybody in the group knew that the guy is young. And after that, it was another incident that happened was when everybody in the group felt that Annie needs to apologize to them, because maybe she stepped on their toes one way or the other. She needs to apologize. They were not okay with Annie. Like, all of them, they were angry. So Annie had decided to meet DJ Naked and tell him that, okay, please just organize this for me so that I invite everyone, because I know that if I frontier this and organize this show, people will not want to come, because they'll be like, oh, it's Annie, I don't want this, I don't want that, I'm not happy with her, so I won't come for this show. So she had to make DJ Naked plan it as if it was his own event. So when they came and everything, they settled, they now realized that, okay, the real owner of this event is Annie. Some of them were upset, like, it was when they were not really settled. They were still like, so why did you tell me if it was Annie's event? Why didn't you tell me? Blah, blah, blah. They were not settled. That was when Iniedo started saying, she was trying to speak for Annie, obviously, no doubt. But at some point, people were like, allow Annie to speak for herself. That was when Iniedo was like, Annie, take the show, stand up and do this, stand up and do that. Annie was like, she was still quiet. And then told them, why are you forcing me to stand up and apologize? Obviously, apologies shouldn't be something that someone will push you. I mean, we are not dealing with kids. Apologies shouldn't be something that someone will push you to apologize. I created this show. I organized it. Do you think I will pull up a show like this, or I will put my money in an event only? And the main purpose of this event was actually for her to apologize to everyone. So do you think I would do this and then at the end of the day I will not stand up and apologize? But the way they were pushing her, I personally, for real, I wouldn't have said anything, because I mean, why are you bullying me? So people in Edo was like, no, Annie, you wouldn't have said anything. You wouldn't have done this, you wouldn't have done that. She now walked out. Is that what people are saying? Is that what people are seeing as being boring or timid? Or no? You put yourself in her shoe. If you were the one, you would have been more upset. And it was even better for her to walk out instead of staying there, because the heat was too much. Now let's talk about Iniedo. Iniedo came, okay, she wasn't there in season 1 and season 2. She came in the season 3. She was introduced by Swanky because she's Swanky's friend. So she was introduced into the group by Swanky. So she came and people were like, Iniedo, we've heard so much about you. We did this, we did that. They now brought up a topic about a surrogate, about surrogacy. That was when it was like, yeah, she got a child through surrogate. Nah, they were really flowing. And that was when Lewis, who was always talking about this surrogacy, that he wants to have a child through surrogate, that he doesn't want to marry. And others in the group were always telling him, we're always against his decision. But yeah, I believe he was happy to see someone that has the same interest as himself. So seeing this, he picked interest in Iniedo and was asking a few questions and everything. Then after that, he invited her just to come and sit and vet those ladies that will carry this baby. Iniedo came, and when he now told Iniedo the reason why he invited her, she started shouting and was like, no, she brought in emotions and was like, no, I cannot sit here and watch you do this. I cannot sit here and watch you downgrade women just to carry a child for you. But this is the same thing you did. What makes you think you are different? Because what makes you think you were not downgrading that lady that carried a child for you? Is it because you are you're also a woman? So it's because it's coming from a guy now you're saying he's downgrading women? And that's when she was talking too much and was saying, if you don't want me to stay here, I can leave. And obviously you've triggered someone. You don't trigger someone and expect them to react the way you feel they should react or accord you that respect. Immediately she triggered Lewis. Lewis was like, okay, fine, if you don't want to stay, you can go. She left. That was what got Iniedo pissed. Instead of her to address this thing maturely, she came out in the next gathering and was she caused Louis. She was like, listen, you this boy, like addressing him as a boy. You this boy, you don't talk to me like that. You don't do this to me. If you're a queen or if you're a star, please go to the moon. You cannot be a queen and you don't want